What up, it's your boy Roy Jones Jr. Right now you're checking out LinealBoxing TV with Bertie. Don't miss it, the man.
Pit 2.0, we're in Basingstoke. Great to see you again. It feels like a bit of an alternative universe. Yeah. Last time I was here, I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
You were training, that's right, yeah.
3 years ago, was it? I thought it was longer than that, you know.
Yeah, it might have been longer.
Might be longer than that. 3 years, well, no, it was 2019 April, I think.
Or was it?
Yes, and you were fighting Nicholas Musso.
Yeah.
Musso.
And I was fighting that night. I come and interview you.
Yeah.
And my pal come up to me afterwards. Joe was filming. Goes, you want to watch this lad down there? He's just taking care of business.
Of course he has.
So I come out and we had a little video, did a little interview with you afterwards, watched your fight, followed your journey since.
Yeah.
So that was like an unlicensed show.
Yeah.
Now you turn pro, 3-0.
Yeah.
What's happened in those 3 years then? Because some mad stuff's happened, hasn't it?
Well, it's been ticking over. Just, you know, like a lot of people stopped with the pandemic and stuff. I just carried on going through. Just been working on everything, learning knowledge physically, just keep my head down. Just kept cracking on, really.
Because it affects a lot of people, doesn't it? Their mindsets. It affects a lot of people. But you know, when you got a goal set in your mind, which we had set since you was young, right?
Yeah. It's always been the same goal.
It's always been the same goal. So, and the ones that get over those adversities are the ones that have the goals that are clear in their mind. So, pandemic, whatever, it doesn't really matter because the goal was always the same. No matter the hurdles, no matter the route, we was always going to get there. And we did say you was going to turn pro by the age of what age did we?
21.
21, right?
I turned pro, 20.
20, yeah. So, but
that was a nice achievement.
Yeah, wasn't it? Right. So we had a plan. You know. Listen, obviously, Team SBJ we're not the amateur boxing club. We had to work around that kind of thing. So we did. But then he went into the amateur route and he done really well in the amateurs. Yeah. You know, and then obviously we made the plan. He wanted to turn pro by 21. Got there by 20. Had his first pro fight. And then there was the pandemic that hit. And there's a lot of this and up and down. But then he's had 2 fights this year so far, yeah? Yeah,
2 fights this year, yeah.
2 really good fights, and the evolution from his second fight to his third fight is, you know, you can see it like this. And the next one is going to be where?
You're cool.
You're cool, right?
We're just talking about that.
Cool, yeah. 3 fights in, what, a couple of months?
3 fights in a couple of months. But we spoke about York Hall, didn't we, before you got to York Hall, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously, we spoke about the York Hall and being a 3-0 pros. I don't know how 3-0 pros even fight on York Hall at that level. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But there was something we wanted,
and
we made that happen.
Yeah.
And that was happening literally after the first round of his last fight. Because promoter there, Mark Nielsen was there. It's on Mark Nielsen's show actually.
Yeah, they're good shows.
He's a really good promoter. Yeah, great with the boxes, isn't he? Great gloves.
Yeah. It was a proper show. Like, man, it felt like it was professional.
He's a proper boxing man. His dad was a good boxer, good heavyweight.
Yeah.
They live and breathe it. They don't miss a trick, those guys. They're all good shows. So, I was saying before, York Hall was my favourite. I've been lucky. I've watched boxing everywhere. But that is somewhere as a boxer and a boxing fan. You have to fight on it and you have to watch a fight there.
You've got to tick the box. As a box, it's got to be ticked, isn't it?
Look, listen, if you've got some fans, I'm telling you now, get there.
You know what? A lot of my fans are saying, like, they've even got history behind it with their families and stuff. So bringing everyone back down to the York Hall and stuff, it's going to be wicked.
The old baths, mate. Yes, old East End. We're just saying the amount of people that fought there before. James Toney's had there. Johnny Tapia. There's been some great fights there as well.
Fynnlie takeover. That's going to be one for the history books as well.
So through COVID, you went to Matt Gorton, didn't you? I know Matt well. I really like Matt.
Yeah.
He was ticking over as well, but COVID's just ruined everyone. So was it hard for you to keep training when there was?
No, not really. Not when your goal is set and you keep focusing, you keep pushing. I'm still young, so I've got that on my side. Taking 2 years, I wouldn't even say I've taken 2 years off. Having 2 years taken off of me, it's not really the biggest. It didn't impact me too much. Do you know what I mean? It just means I've got to skip that apprentice kind of stage of the pro ranks and just start marching on now from now on.
You were very lucky as well because your journey was just starting. It wasn't as if you had the momentum and then you just got cut dead. And
yeah. But do you know what? We had a few different journeys we had to take.
Yeah.
Like even through the amateurs, it was the same. There was parts where I weren't with Rock. There was parts with the pros I weren't with Rock.
Coach.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Just so people know.
I'm Coach Rocci. He owes me a pound.
Well, let's go on that, Coach Rocci. You've got your licence now, yeah?
Yeah. Well, so I got a pro license, and it was like, it was never a thing of mine to get. It didn't interest me, even though obviously Finn was going pro, but obviously things happened, and I've got another lad, Dan, coming up as well, and he's turned over amateur, and he's a really good boxer, and I just thought, I can't have it going down the same route. So then, Finn helped me get my pro license funding, and another fella, a friend of mine called Matt, helped with the payment of it. So I thought, well, let's go get it, and then I can be in the canvas with him, cornering him. Last time it was good because I was out on the outside shouting out, warmed him up as well, which was nice. And it's sort of like one of those relationships that when you build it up from a young age, even when he was doing jiu-jitsu competitions, it's the same thing. It's the same connection, and that was never, it never went away. It never went away. So it was good to get the license, pro license. I feel like I've achieved something there, and but now it's also good because any of the other boxers I train are going to follow the same route as Finn.
Success breeds it, doesn't it? You see,
this is what I'm saying. Listen, all my boxers have different styles. My job as a coach is to look at their attributes and strengthen their style, strengthen what they've got, what they're born with, but also nurture what they have. And style and substance, as I always say, and that's a card. Don't worry about that. Style and substance is what's going to make him different from all the other boxers that are at his level at the moment. The 3-0s, but we're not all about going there and riding out a win. We're going in there to excite the crowd because the crowd are paying the money. It's an entertainment sport. If you've got no crowd, then good luck with that. It's all about the monies, the pay-per-views. But we're not saying it's just about the money. He wants the success that comes along with training hard, the belts, the championships.
The money is nice, though.
The money, of course, it is. The money is nice. You don't want to be working full time. You want the monies.
Yeah.
But he'll get it because he's got the looks. He's got the banner. He's got the style. He's got the techniques, and he's just got heart and aggression. He's got everything what the old school boxers got.
Well, most important, I always remember that day. I'll put a little link to that fight because that Nicholas Russo was a good fighter.
Yeah.
Pete, I remember speaking to Pete. I'm good pals with Pete, and he was telling me he's dangerous. This Nicholas Russo. Yeah. I sparred him later, and he gave me a hard time. And we were talking to him, and mate goes, "Oh, he's done a number on him." And you have got that style. You've got a nice style. So if people ain't watched you and people ain't seen you fight before, just explain your style to him. How do you fight? What's
just exciting to watch, man. Do you know what I mean? I'd say I'm aggressive, but then I've got that slickness that just tames it a little bit. I've just got the Hollywood.
The Hollywood.
You know what I mean? That's what you need for the big times. You need that Hollywood. And I only feel like it's just going to keep coming out. I haven't gave it all yet. Yeah. So I would say a few more fights, and you're going to see even more and better performances. Every fight's going to just keep progressing.
Talking to Hollywood, mate. How are you doing as well? Every time I turn on the TV, you're beating up Gerard Butler, and congrats on all that. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, and Gerard, didn't you?
You know what I'm saying? It's just like my see that, Dan? It's one of my other boxes. IT, it's another one of my other boxes. Watch out for them too. But no, it was obviously my dream is to become an actor. That's my goal, to become an actor. You know what I mean? So, and I haven't got a big boxing background, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's not about what boxing background I've got. It's the mindset, and that's where a lot of other boxers fail. Is mindset, psychology, mindset. I reckon I could get any athlete from any sport in this with me and change their mindset to make them win. or make him go out and potentially win. So my mindset for acting is the same as my mindset towards Finn. And and if I'm a coach and I don't want for him what he wants as bad, like he wants to be champion of the world.
Yeah.
If I didn't go, I want Finn to be champion of the world, then there's something wrong. There's a lot of boxers that you go, I want to be champion. Okay, cool. Let's start training.
Yeah.
If you say to me, I want to be champion of the world, go and say it to me. Go on.
I want to be champion of the world.
I want you to be champion of the world.
Yeah.
Let's fucking have it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the difference with coaching.
He said that from day dot.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Told you,
He sent mum a message. Yeah, I think we might have got that on the last interview as well.
That's it, mate.
Yeah, he said it from day dot, and it's just been the same all the way through.
I mean.
You look at, again, they talk about mindset, exactly that. I couldn't agree more. You look at Enzo McNally and Joe Kawasaki.
He said this on the first interview, didn't he?
I think I did. I think we just played the old interview. But Joe Kawasaki's dad, he had no boxing background.
That's what I mean.
And he just looked at his son and goes, "You've got it, and I can nurture it, and I believe in you, and I'll be part of it." He was like a singer-songwriter, and then just pick. Look, you need that mindset, don't you?
It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Like I said, I've got a few good fighters. I've got Finn. Obviously, he's my only pro at the moment. But then I've got Shine, he's doing well in the amateur MMA scene.
Yeah.
So I coach MMA. I coach jiu-jitsu. I've got two other boys that are going to turn amateurs. And I have no doubts they're going to go pro. No doubts whatsoever. And again, they're all different in styles. They're all different mindsets. He's got a different mindset, with a style, I should say. But we've all got the same mindset as we're pushing to the end goal. The dream. The dream. What is the point in living if there's no dream? What is it?
Yeah.
You want to get up every day, go to work, go home and go to sleep? What's that all about?
How did you two actually start? What was the actual start of it? How did you two?
I was teaching.
Just jiu-jitsu class.
Yeah, it was like sort of MMA. It was Shootbox Juniors, which is what SBJ stands for. It's Shootbox Juniors. Obviously, there's a lot of kids that come down teaching jiu-jitsu, boxing, MMA, but it was just basically MMA. And then I started doing jiu-jitsu, and he come down, when you was I can't remember the age, 14 or 15 or something like that. And he came down. He'd done a bit of rugby, football background.
Yeah.
And you had done boxing with your cousin and stuff.
Done a little bit of boxing with my cousin.
You're a natural at boxing where you just pick it up, or
just a natural kind of athlete.
Yeah.
Just a natural athlete, 100%. Yeah.
Some people come in the gym and you see them progress over time,
and
then some people just come in and they think, "Oh, you're like a duck to water." They just get it, and they can. And like, I love watching people come to the gym, just start. You see them get clocked, they've got everything, and they get punched. Think, "Oh no, this ain't for me." Because they all see the hard, like the easy stuff, but they don't see the hard graft and the black eyes and
that's what it was. It was the. I saw him and I said to his mum, I was like, "Oh, you know what? He's going to be champion." She went, "You think so?" She didn't talk like that. And that for comedy value.
Do you want me to cut that bit out?
So I said, "No, you're going to be champion." And that was like, this kid needs to be in my team. So we went down. He competed in jiu-jitsu, competed in MMA. He just competed, and then things went a different direction, and then went boxing. And then what I done was I stopped teaching MMA, and we focused on the boxing. And I went from teaching in like a little sort of village hall to forgetting that and just making this garage. I used to train in garage years ago, and it done wonders for me because of the environment and that. And then I just brought the ones that wanted to carry on doing it, and so all the lads I train are tough. They're good, well mannered, polite.
And it is a garage, isn't it?
It's a garage.
It's a garage. There's no hiding in here, is there?
It's a good looking garage. It's a good looking garage.
You can't miss your burpees in here, can you? There's no hiding place.
Well, I think it just makes for a good story as well. It makes for a great story.
Well, it's like Microsoft, Facebook.
Everyone's got to start somewhere, don't they?
They all come from a garage. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But the thing that obviously the goal is, we get this York Hall one done with style. That's a given. The crowd are going to go nuts. He's going to get a knockout or a stoppage, I feel, in this next fight. And then we can get another one in the end of the year. And then people are going to be knocking on the door.
And that's what I say. I say this all the time. It's like a broken record, but those kind of small hall shows. The York Hall's not small hall to me. That's like a good platform. You put a good performance there. These are the highlight reels where you start. One of the best fights I've ever seen there, Leon McKenzie fought there, and the fight he had. Like people always talk about that. They'll always, you know, and people in the know will never forget those kind of fights.
And that's the thing. And you know, it's a shame about some boxers and boxing mindsets is you want the money, yeah, but don't want the money so badly that you don't want the fight.
Yeah.
You know, because it's an entertainment sport. You have to entertain the crowds, man. You have to entertain them. And then when you do that, then you can start being smart. When you know you can start, you know, pick the round you want to be entertaining in. But you can't go in there and be a bull fest. You can't be the popcorn fighter. And what I mean is, I'm eating popcorn rather than watching a fight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or on your mobile texting when
we want people like this.
Yeah.
And his last fight, that's what he'll like.
Oh, well, the last 2 fights, wasn't it?
Last 2 fights. Yeah.
Last 2 fights, yeah.
And they're like this. Shh. Shut up. You know, to them, to their wives or their husbands. Shut up, I'm watching this fight, I'm watching Fynnlie Judd.
Or I just love that, or he's one to watch, or watch him, or, you know what I mean, get up behind him, or he's got good style, or he's got, even if you're not a good fighter, I say to someone, have a gimmick, come in with a decent, you know what I mean, just have that, something where someone remembers you, don't be that one to stand out.
You've got to, because it's, you know, and
there's a lot of people out there, isn't there? There's a lot of...
Yeah. And I put up a post today about what separates the average from the rest. Why are they great? So why is there Muhammad Ali? You know, why was there Sugar Ray Robinson? Why was there Rocky Marciano? Why was there Mike Tyson? Why was there Roy Jones? You know, now Conor Benn is another one that's, you know,
he's
right, because you do it with style. You do it with how you finish fights. You do it with your attitude. You do it with personality. You do it with what you say on the camera. You do it the way you look. You do it with all them things. And if you haven't got any of those things, if you're not finishing fights, if you're boring to talk to, if you're ugly to look at, mate, go get a desk job, right?
Give up now.
Give up now, right?
But boxing's hard enough as it is, isn't it?
Of course it is. You've got to stand up. You've got to look at Conor McGregor. All the bad stuff that Conor McGregor does, he's still the highest paid fighter he's ever going to be in MMA.
Yeah.
And Finn is going to bring back what, you know, there's only a few of them like Finn that have all that, the whole thing. You know, the camera talk, the attitude, the looks, the physique, the style, the technicalities, the wanting to finish the fights, the heart, the desire, you know. And there's not a lot of fighters out there that are doing that, and it's a shame. Even in the beginning, you've got to do that from the beginning. You've got to set a standard
and stick to it. But on the flip side, you have to keep that level right. You can't be jumping in fights 100%. Too early. You can't.
Yeah.
It's a very different.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I leave it to the team.
Obviously,
you know what I mean?
Charlie, his manager as well, Campbell, CEO boxing.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He knows his stuff. Yeah,
such a great guy. Such a great guy to work with. Like we're on the same wavelength, me and Charlie. He's a good guy and great gym by the way he's got.
Yeah.
You boys just got it done, you know.
100%.
Literally, I come back down. I had a bit of time off once, so I found out about what
your second
separated
fight.
it. Yeah, my second pro fight was meant to happen. Found out 2 days before that it was cancelled. I had about a month off, and then it was literally dropped me a message. I think 2 weeks after that, got back in with him, and then bosh, like that. Fights.
Yeah, there was. I would say it was a re-opportunity. I don't know if that's a word. Obviously, because I trained him before, and then it sort of drifted. And I was like, I remember watching his first pro fight, and I was standing there, and I was like, I was in the crowd, you know what I mean, watching. I was like, it was horrible for me to watch because I wasn't there. You know what I mean?
You wanted to be in the corner,
of course, because I went in the corner in his amateur fights because I didn't have an amateur card then. I could have done, but someone didn't want to help me out with that one. I won't go there. Right? But anyway, like I said, I was watching. I was like, damn. But then things happen for a reason, and
they do. Yeah.
We brought him back. We brought him back from the dead, as I say. What's that thing? What Jesus do? What did he do? He
reincarnates. No,
was it when Jesus died and he come out of the thing?
Crucifixion.
No, that's
crucifixion.
What's this guy? Crucifixion.
Resurrection.
Resurrection. Yeah,
we got that.
That's what I'm saying.
Cut that bit out. Just go straight to resurrection.
Resurrection. Right?
Seriously,
that's what I'm saying. So, and then I was like, I saw this opportunity, and I was like, oh man, come on. And like just said with the other fighters, Dan and that, and I was like, oh, I can't let this happen. I feel responsible for it. I feel responsible for the boy. You know, I can't let him not get to where he wants to get and not be there. So Then the second fight, I wasn't in the corner. The second pro fight, was I?
No.
But we worked on, we trained for him for that fight.
Yeah.
And I knew what the guy was going to do.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to come out. Fair play to him. He was a journeyman, but he's had 2 wins against 2 good guys now, hasn't he?
Yeah. Just fucking got
I said to him,
prospect.
this journeyman still doesn't feel like he still feels like he can become a.
Yeah, and that's the thing with journeymen.
You just don't know when it comes.
So some of them just can't sell tickets, so they just go on that road, and then they can take anyone off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I just knew this guy. He wasn't ready to become a journeyman, and Finn went out there and done a job on him. So that was good, and he was a tough fight, wasn't he?
Yeah. He banged a lot. To be fair, he made the fight a little bit better as well.
Of course, it was.
I mean, it weren't just a standard journeyman tough
Just
cut.
walking forward,
just to get paid.
And Finn had that movement and that little punk, all that little movement that he had, you know. And then the last fight, mate, the last fight was beautiful, mate. I was just calling out the codes and stuff, and he was just following through. And the promoter was like, "Oh my god, I don't even know what Hollywood means, but he's doing it." I said, "Mate," I said, wait until you see the rest of the fight. Trust me. And we'll talk about your call, innit, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Well,
I know we're on the York call. You know what I mean?
So when's that fight going to be at your call? That's in
1st of July.
1st of July. That's right. Yeah.
So what we got just over 4 weeks.
Just over 4 weeks. How can people get you for tickets?
Either contact me directly or obviously one of the teams.
Yeah.
Instagram, Juddy Boy Boxing, yeah?
Yeah, Instagram.
I'll put some links up for that as well, because, like, again, I will reiterate, I think I'm working that. I have to try and get that off, but that is the place to go and watch some boxing.
The support's massive. You know what I mean? It's, you can't really. A lot of people don't really understand it is all to do with the support.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we get through these fights, is the bigger crowds and stuff. So every little bit of support helps.
Yeah, you sell tickets, you become a favourite for the promotion. End of. But then, like we said, you sell tickets.
Then you've got to do it in style as well.
Right, 100%.
Sell tickets and then you have boring fights. You see your ticket numbers start dropping.
Yeah, that's right.
But you got to keep your ticket numbers keep going up. So
win the crowd,
that's what I keep doing.
Yeah.
And then now I just got to start putting people away, which will come.
Yeah. And then I mean, this year I think we're going to get another fight for sure. I mean.
Yeah. Get another one in. See out the year. Enjoy Christmas with the family and all that. And then next year, that's when we're in business.
Yeah, that's when this time of death.
Big times. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, after this,
start calling people out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the next video.
Do another interview. I'm just going to start.
That's the next video. We'll have a little hit list in the gym and then start.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your weight? Are you going to just continually fight your weight at the moment?
So we're dropping down to welterweight for this fight.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've been fighting at super welter.
Is that easy to make? Is it?
Yeah, last time it was. Well, every time it has been. I've never really had much troubles with making weight. It's part of it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's your number one achievement. That's before the fight. You win that. You make weight. Always. So I always come bang on weight. And then I think we're just going to see how this one rides out, because obviously I've been doing different strength and conditioning plans, so I'm putting on more muscles, different techniques, stuff like that. So we're going to see how this works out, and then obviously go from there, see what happens after that.
Awesome. It's a packed division that is as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wicked division.
A very good domestic sort of like
division.
game. So
good names. That's what I mean. I've already started writing the names down. I got them at home.
Me, I haven't, because I don't know anyone who's in the boxing. Like, you're going to fight Conor McGregor next. Conor McGregor, you're going to fight him. You're going to fight him. I don't know anyone in boxing.
I'll move up 170. I'll move up 170. Everyone move up 170.
I don't know anyone in boxing, guys. I'm still thinking Strawberry Robinson still in the league.
Lastly, is there any sponsors you want to? Obviously, they're a massive part of it.
All my sponsors that are on my t-shirt, I have got a few more, but I'd like to rattle them out. But obviously, we can get that on.
Yeah, we'll do a little link. It's massively important as well.
But we're also looking for sponsors who can give this rising star monies. Right? Don't lose out. That's what I'm saying. Don't lose out on sponsoring him, because when he's got the belt around his waist, you're going to kick yourself or punch yourself, whatever sport you're into, right? Don't lose out. So if there's sponsors out there, they go, you know what, I'm going to give him some monies each month so he doesn't have to work 5 days a week in a job that he's not loving as much as boxing. So any sponsors out there.
And that's another thing people don't realise, do they? They just think your life's full-time boxing. You're doing a day job and you're grafting.
You're
and you're just
boxing. You
come
must
on, exactly.
You must earn loads. No, I still got to work my 9 to 5 and keep grafting.
Watching what you're eating and
Yeah.
It's like
looking at.
me. If I'm a Hollywood movie star, I'm loaded. I did earn quite a bit on the last film, but I'm not loaded. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm training out of a pit because it's cheap.
But it's that story, isn't it? It's that story as well.
It's all about this stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, just want to say thank you very much, and people, you got to come down to York Hall, so hook him up with tickets. If you don't know him, get to know him, because you're gonna witness that there. You're gonna know. I saw that guy in his first few fights. Isn't that right? He's a future champion right there. And as the cliche, I know it is, but everything's going the way we discussed and planned from the beginning, is it not?
Yeah.
Going the right way like that. So trust me. You know what I mean?
I'll put the link out for your call.
Lovely.
Get behind him, and then after your call, let's see where you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice one,
Right.
guys.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Speak to you soon.